Well, speaking of January, February, March, we had a good time shooting Grow with Care every single week. In fact, 52 stories last year. We went through all 52 and we picked some of our favorites.
Right, and so what we're going to show you is some that we really thought were special. Let's take a look.
Well, this is warm and cozy.
Hey, what you looking at?
I'm looking at our year, the year of 2011 in gardening, and it was our 15th year of shooting a story every other week, 52 stories a year. We've had a great one.
We've had a wonderful time, and you know, the best part is the places we get to, the people we meet.
And of course, we're here at the Arboretum, so that is where we will begin. We came out numerous times this year. Early in the year, we checked out the Andersen Library and the history that goes into that beautiful room and the historical seeds that are stored in the back that go back over a century. And then, of course, the Bog Walk. And that was a lot of fun.
It really was.
Meeting the new director, Mr. Schneider, and walking along on that Bog Walk. That was a big hit this summer.
Right, and personally, you know, I loved one area more than all of them. The ornamental grass segment we did. The wind was blowing that day and the grasses were moving. It's really my favorite place out here in the fall.
Well, along the way we meet so many great people and do so many fabulous stories. And one of your favorites was in March, where the grass was already green.
And it's always greener there because it was Target Field, and we met Larry DeVito, and he was kind enough to take us where not a lot of people go, and he showed us how he fertilizes, the watering system, how they reclaim most of the water there. I mean, that was really, for me, that was really a great segment.
Yeah, we were in the guts of Target Field. You could say that the grass did better than the Twins this year.
You could, but I don't think we're going to.
Yeah. My favorite story, no question, was this fall. I had a chance to go down to the rolling hills of Goodhue County and go down to the Cannon River Winery. We did a two-part segment about grapes that are hardy to Minnesota and the wine industry. And Cannon River Winery is the biggest winery in the state, and they do it like no place else. And that spot, as you look south, is one of the most beautiful spots I've ever been to in Minnesota.
Well, we meet characters, gardeners, there's always characters every year.
Absolutely.
And we were in Welch, Minnesota.
Oh, at the Hilltop Apple Stop.
Right, and Ralph and Karen Lawsing allowed the Fruits of the City, an organization that gathers apples from apple trees that aren't being in use and gives them to food shelters. You know, when it came down to it, Ralph really knew what it was all about.
We planted 500 trees here, 100 a year for 5 years, and then I started looking around and saying, boy, this is getting to look like a lot of work. The main thing is that if people are in a position to do this, do it. That's my advice. It's a sharing that we have looked forward to for a long time. We're blessed very much, and I like to share that.
One other trend that we followed that's blossoming are community gardens, and they're in all different forms and places, but nothing like the one that's on top of Station 111 in St. Paul at the fire department. And there we met another beautiful, wonderful woman. Her name is Andrea Minkinen, and she is one of the first women to be a part of the St. Paul Fire Department. And you know what? She is a fire inspector, a chef,
and a heck of a gardener.
Absolutely.
When we were going to move to this station, there was so much concrete around that it was really fabulous that they included this in their green roof plan.
This green roof is not only useful and beneficial, it also gives every visitor an amazing view.
It's a small space. It's only 120 square feet, and it feeds 45 firefighters. So we have to be real creative in our gardening here.
Well, we really couldn't do this without thanking all of you out there and all the people that have helped us over all these years.
Absolutely. So here's to year 16, Mr. Jensen.
I'm Sweet 16.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.